So we talk a lot about mindset. Does anybody kind of like get, ugh, when you talk about mindset, like, great, another person telling me about mindset. And I know Tom has talked to us about mindset. But it's pretty freaking important, right? Like if I had the mindset, like I was going to shut the fuck up over here, that would be a bad mindset. We need to get a good mindset. Sorry, trying. So, Phil and Candace, I love you guys because of the way that you talk about mindset. So the first thing I touched on a little bit, I want to know, what does your morning routine look like? Dive in. I want to know how you set yourself up for success at the beginning of your day. You guys can all simmer down, network downstairs. There's still an open tab downstairs, maybe. I get you a drink downstairs if you go down. So, Candace, take it away.
So, first thing that's super important is your morning routine actually starts the night before. So, if you think you are going to drink a bottle of red wine and stay up and Netflix all night and then get up and crush your day, you are fooling yourself. So, my nightly routine starts with some tea, fill out, get my gym outfit ready for the next day because I know that when I get up, I do not want any temptation to get back into bed. Right, guys? Like, I get up at 4:50 every morning. It's dark, it's quiet, my bed is so comfortable. Do not tempt yourself to get back into bed. So what I do is I actually set my phone on the other side of the room so that when I get up in the morning, I have to fly out of bed so I don't wake my husband up. So I run to my phone to shut it off, and that gives me that adrenaline.
Okay.
And you guys know that feeling when you're going on a really big vacation and you have to get to the airport at 4 in the morning. You are so pumped up. That is the feeling that you should have every single morning. And be grateful for another day that you get to be in this universe helping people, right? So I jump out of bed, get my gym clothes on, and get to the gym.
I love it. Now, quick question. Both married?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So, married, some people, all right, cool. Good. Single? Those single people, take note. I know for me, honey, I'm not putting you on the spot, what time does your spouse wake up?
I don't even know.
Okay. Same? So how do you deal with that? Because I get out of bed and I'm looking back, I'm like, man, that looks like fun. Like, how do you get out of bed while the spouse is still in bed?
There is no choice. Like, we just have to be responsible for ourselves. I know that if I start my day the way that I do, I'm absolutely going to crush it and be so productive and feel so good. Doesn't matter.
Phil, what you got?
Morning routine, or how do I get out of bed?
All of them.
Alright, so morning routine.
Wait, you prepare answers?
No, I just.
You have your morning routine.
I'm not interested, I'm committed.
Wow, okay.
So I actually just updated this. 5:30 a.m. I wake up, food, social media like time, and that's when I get on everybody else's social media for 10 minutes and I start liking and commenting on your stuff. After that, jump into the Tom Ferry core and elite groups, throw some stuff in there, comment and chat, and then after that I jump on YouTube and I spend 30 minutes to an hour learning. I do that while I'm in the gym. I have a gym in my house. So I work out from 6:15 to 7:15. After that, I eat, shower, prep for my morning, and I'm on my way to the office by 9.
I love it. Now, do you ever get the urge to snooze button?
Hell yeah.
So what do you do with that urge?
Do what I said I was going to do.
I love it. Now, you guys both have agents on your team, right? And as team leaders, we just heard a lot about growing a team. How do you take that responsibility of teaching mindset, of instilling mindset in people? What things do you do to get not just yourself but your teammates in the right mindset?
So the first thing that we have a new agent on our team do is read the book Miracle Morning. How many of you guys have read that book? It is life-changing. And so many agents join our team, and it changes their life. So if you haven't read it, you need to. What I think it is you're the most like the people that you spend your time with. And so we hire based on people that we believe are going to fit into our culture, which we lead with a positive mindset. So we bring on people that are like-minded to us.
All right, Phil's got something.
Hey, real quick, guys. Can you all do me a favor real quick? Dead serious. Everybody pay close attention. Hey, if you're talking, stop for 1 second. Thanks. Just stop talking for a second. Thanks. Listen, I'm 100% deaf in my right ear. 100%. Every time she's talking, I can't even hear her. If you're going to talk, go to walk downstairs. Thanks.
Yeah. This is what we want it to sound like, right? Nobody's talking, we're all listening. And if you do want to talk, seriously, I spent a shit ton of money renting out the entire place downstairs. So you can go talk downstairs. I'd love for you to do that. And thank you, Phil. Can we say one thing too? When we're talking about mindset is contagious. And if there's no better example of it, it's Tom Ferry Summit. Right? Because you get here, and that mindset that everybody has, doesn't matter if you come in negative, you leave positive. And so it's such an important thing that you're talking about as far as instilling that mindset in your team. So Phil, what do you do with your team to help instill that mindset?
I think the number one thing for me is to just make sure that I'm not asking them to do something that I'm not doing myself. Live by example. All of us do it anyway. We do it for our families, our kids. If you're a team leader, you likely do it for your team. So everything you're asking your team to do, live by example. Do it first, do it strong, do it hard, kill it, and then go from there. And likely they're going to follow. I just happen to have the best fucking team in the business. So
I love it. And can we also say that there's something to being proud of your team? Yeah. Right? Like that instills mindset. If you're all complaining about your team every day, what kind of mindset is that going to instill?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
And we give our agents the opportunity to do a morning huddle every single morning, and we allow the agents to have the opportunity, because leadership is one of our core values, to get on and do a motivational minute every single day. And it's so cool to see them prepare for that and just absolutely crush it and build their own leadership skills within our team.
I'm stealing that. I'm looking at my team like we need to do that. That's money. I love it.
I love that. Let's be honest for a second. Raise your hand if you realize you're not scheduling enough time in your day for mindset. Like, where does mindset show up on your calendar? Is it on your calendar? Right? It's super important for there to be a place on your calendar for mindset. And let's be honest, the last 20 months has been an interesting time for mindset. So tell me, what are some things that you guys have maybe changed or implemented in this, I hate calling it the new normal, you throw one up, but what do you do to change with the times as far as mindset goes?
Absolutely nothing. The outside world does not affect me and my team and my own home or right here. It's not happening. I have too big of goals and ambitions and too many people on my team to let any outside factors affect us.
There is nothing for me to say.
All right, Candace, really pulling the weight up here. Good. Now, but I'm going to harp on it a little bit, though, because I do know that no matter what, especially with our team, right, we're not just responsible for our own, we're responsible for our team. What do you do to make sure that you insulate others from that same thing? Because I try to do it day to day. It seems like our clients, it seems like all the same things, right? What do you do to try to counteract that?
One thing for us, we have meetings Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and even though COVID hit everybody and affected everybody, we didn't stop those things. For a while, we shifted to doing Zoom like many people, but then we got right back to the office. I feel like keeping everybody together as much as possible is insanely important, because if I'm hurting, I can buy off of her. If I'm hurting, I can buy off of him. It's just getting that connection and keeping the culture. Solitary is a punishment in prison for a reason. You know?
I love that. You got it? Pretty good.
So recently, I have a lot of moms on my team, and a lot of their kids were quarantined from school, and they were freaking out, crying on our morning huddle. It was the first time this has ever happened, but we just have to realize that sometimes we are in shitty situations, and we, like Phil said, we have to lean on each other and figure out a way, right? And so what we did was we all together planned out 15-minute increments throughout the day when the kids would be napping or they went to bed, and each agent had a game plan for what they were going to do and what was their most important, highest, and best use of that day. And I know we've all been in some tough situations in the last a year and a half now, but you have to keep going, right? We all go through it, and we just have to lean on each other.
I love that. You said the word connection, which I think is super important when we're talking about stuff. Culture and connection is a lot of the mindset. It's a lot of the team building. I mean, a lot of people move for splits and stay for culture. So you're talking about mindset. What's important in a culture around, what you're doing as a business, like towards the client or with your agents, whatever you think. How do you bring culture to your business?
Value, right? So we have 3 core values. One is authenticity. You guys know, be 100% real. And I believe on a team, I talk to my team about this all the time, like you have to have your individual brand. By default, your brand will live in my brain. My job is not to just get everybody to see the Gerdes team with Long and Foster. My job is to get you to see Alex Archer, to get you to see Kevin Brown. My job is to get you to see Riley White. Like I want you to see these people for more than just people on a team. I want you to connect with their brand. And if you're on my team and you know like that is my mission, not how can Phil make more money, fuck that. How can I help lift these people up? The connection is there. And it has to be authentic, it has to be real, because then that allows them to be real. The second one is empathy. Empathy is something that people talk about and fake. And the reality is, if you're not being true and empathetic, you need to step up and ask yourself if you're in the right deal. Because people are trusting us with everything. Like for us, we sell houses every day. Most people buy 2 or 3 in their whole fucking life. We need to treat this like it's everything to us, because it's likely everything to them. And the third one is vulnerability. And this one, it's harder for the guys, because we're built to be tough and strong. And I'm here to tell you that that's 100% bullshit. You need to be honorable. And honor requires you to be sad, requires you to be happy, requires you to be true, requires you to shed a fucking tear. It's vulnerability, because when you can do all that with your clients and with your team, it just shows a different type of connection.
Candace, what do you got?
I think that sometimes in this business we get so wrapped up in the numbers and the statistics and the amount of houses that we need to sell. And for me, the agents on my team are real human beings with real feelings and lives and spouses and children and people who are going through a really hard time sometimes. And I think that for me, it's being human with them, and if they're not at their best, if they have something going on at home, then they're not going to be able to be productive. They're not going to be in the right mindset. And so sometimes it's just being a really good friend and trying to help them through a tough time.
All right.
One more thing.
Well, we're almost up on time. You guys, do you mind if I ask you one more question? Is that all right? Okay. Go ahead. What do you got?
If you're a team leader, your job is to serve. I mean, but first and foremost, there's nothing more if you have a job to do. You can provide all the leads in the world and everything else, but your job is ultimately to serve these people that are trusting in you, and that means you gotta give everything you can possibly give, because they're trusting you to do exactly that.
I love that. My last question is, and I didn't really have this one prepared. We talk about mindset, and you said the word vulnerability, you said the word, being authentic and that type of stuff. I do feel like mindset can be fake. Right? Like we get so it's like, get your mindset right, and then it's like faking, and you have to have this mindset of like crushing every day and everything else. And some of that plays into the imposter syndrome. I feel like we have a ton of in our industry. What's that separation, right? Like, how do you have a positive mindset without trying to just be positive all the time to a dangerous extent?
So for me, it's two parts. I am authentically me. You are not going to get a fake version of me ever. I have way too much fun being me. So that's number one. You have to figure out who you are as a person, who you want to be, and what your values are. And the second thing is I have a really big freaking why. And that is to have a life of freedom for me and my family in the next 10 years, and I will work my ass off to do that. And to get where I want to go, I know I have to get up at 4:50 every morning, and I have to go to the gym, and I have to do the things I say that I'm going to do and be accountable and help a lot of people in their life. So for me, it's my why. And if your why isn't big enough, it's not going to get your butt out of bed at 4:50.
I love that. Phil, what you got?
So I talked about being vulnerable. Here we go. I have a shitty fucking mindset. I'm being very clear about that. And I have an absolutely amazing mindset. Once a day, every single day, for as long as I can remember, I text my wife, I'm sad. Here's the kicker. Their job, I'm pointing to my team, is not to know that. They're not my fucking therapists.
Yes.
You understand? Their job's not to know I'm sad. Their job's not to know I'm mad. Their job is to see me motivating and inspiring them. The woman I'm married to signed up to help me through I'm sad. I don't know if she fucking knew that or not, but now she's fucked. So, the idea is, yeah, you can try and fake mindset, but the only person you're fooling is you. The truth is, if you get aligned with what your truth is, if you get aligned with the reasons you're here and the reasons people follow you, then it's not an imposter syndrome, it's just honor. It's honoring what you said that you were going to do. So stop treating the people that you're supposed to serve and bless and lead like people that should deal with all your bullshit. Instead, find someone that's willing to sign up for dealing with all your bullshit. Talk to that person. And there's people you can pay for that. They're literally called therapists.
Phil Gerdes and Candace Decker.